incredible again to get here. I know there are other applications you can use. I'm going to continue to use Desmos because we've been working with Desmos the entire year, and I just want to be consistent. And I just think this is pretty easy to operate. So just note it's not Desmos the graphing calculator. It's Desmos with backslash matrix. Okay, so you can just run a search on this. It's totally free, obviously, and then you can log in from. You can do a Google search or whatever, and it'll come up. Okay. So Desmos matrix. All right. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to create. Once I get logged in, I'm going to see this. It's a blank screen with the stuff down here. I'm going to go to new matrix. Click on that. And notice that my matrix is not big enough to hold the information I have. I have four things going horizontally and three levels down. So if I add, I can change the matrix size. Okay, I have three rows now, so that's good. I need four columns. I have to go across four. So, okay, now it's the proper dimensions where I can enter my data. And you could always make them bigger or smaller by using this pluses and minuses. Okay, you can set the size of your matrix any way you want. For us, we're going to be working with a 3 by 4 matrix in every question. Okay, we're doing three rows deep and four columns across. Okay. Now we have to put the information in exactly as we saw it, exactly as we saw it. So the first line was 4, 2, 3, 12. So I had to put in 4, 2, 3, 12. So 4, click over 2, click over 3, click over 12. Then I need the next line was 2, negative 3, 5, negative 7. 2, negative 3, 5, and then negative 7. And yes, you must put the negatives or it's not going to work right. And then the bottom line or the last equation, 6, negative 1, 4, negative 3, 6, negative 1, 4, negative 3. Okay. That's everything exactly as I saw it. Okay. I put it in exactly as we had it written down. This is my augmented matrix, and I just put it into the computer. I'm going to hit enter, which is this blue key here. Now it's substituted in. And now I have to figure out what I want to do with this. What I want to do with this is called RREF. And the good thing is there aren't that many options here. Okay. It can only really do a few things. So I want to do RREF. Okay. RREF, which stands for reduced row echelon form. And I put my data in A. So I'm going to click on A. All right. And I go over here and it gives me the answer. Now let me make sure everything is right. It's 1, 0, 0. So this is my X. My X is negative 1. This row here is 1 highlighted for Y. My Y is 5. My Z is 2. So I have negative 1 for X, 5 for Y, 2 for Z. Once again, negative 1 for X, 5 for Y, 2 for Z. So negative 1, comma 5, comma 2. If we notice, negative 1, comma 5, comma 2, that is the same exact answer that we had when we did this problem algebraically, negative 1, comma 5, comma 2. It matches what we did algebraically. It's the same exact answer that we did. We did all this work, right? We got negative 1, comma 5, comma 2. Same exact answer. So rather than doing it algebraically, we can do this problem with an augmented matrix. We can put it into the computer, and the computer will compute the reduced row echelon form for you, which tells you X, Y, and Z. Okay. And that's basically what that is. That's all that really is. Let me do another one that we haven't done from scratch, and then we'll play around and do some other examples. All right. But I want to do at least one more. I'll go through the strategy again. I'll have you help me write out the values, and we'll use the computer. And with the computer, we'll find the values. Okay. So let's go to an example. I hope this was clear. Are there any questions so far? Anything? Anything?
No.
Okay.
No.
Um, okay, good. I'm gonna show you one more anyway for the people who came in a couple of minutes late because I want you to see how to do this. It's pretty important, and it makes life a lot easier. Um, so let's do a question together. I think I did some of these already. Yeah, I did. Okay, so I'll do when I have it done. I didn't do anything on this page. Okay, so great. I didn't do anything on this page. So let's do example one together. So it says solve by substitution, but
Mr.
I'm
Peter,
not. Yes, yes,
can you do a problem that uses elimination?
yes. Okay. Let me just use the calculator for this one, and then this one's gonna actually. I did it my last period class. This one's gonna work out. So I'll solve this one using the computer. It's gonna work out. This one's gonna fail. So I'm gonna have to do two algebraically, and you're gonna see elimination when I work out two by hand. Okay.
Okay.
So you're gonna get to see it. So question one, it works out. I because I did it last period. But let's go through it. So I want to actually do this using technology. Okay, I'm going to do question one using tech. So to do technology, okay, I have to make sure that I create my augmented matrix. Okay, my augmented matrix has to happen first. So to do that, make sure X, Y, and Z are all lined up. X, Y, Z, and there's the answer. X, Y, Z, and then there's an answer. When I say an answer, I mean what it's equal to. So it's X, Y, Z, and it's equal to this. It's X, Y, Z, it's equal to this. It's X, it's Y, it's Z, it's equal to this. If it's not in this form, you have to fix it and put it in the right form. You have to fix it. Um,
Are you gonna show us how to do that after?
I'm sorry. Say that again.
I said, are you gonna show us how to do that after? Like
Oh,
if it's
what
not in order?
algebraically? You mean? Oh, when it's not in order. Okay, yes, I'll do one where it's not in order. Okay.
All
This one, I'm sorry, this one is all right because this is only like the first. This is the real first example. The other example I did was just to prove to you that this technique works. Right? You can see when you use the computer, you get the same exact answer that you did when we worked it out in class a couple of days ago algebraically. So it works. Um, Either either using technology or algebraic means. This is the first example we're doing where we're not doing algebraic means. We're just going straight to doing it with the technology, which is fine. So this is already set up
right.
nicely, and I'll show you one where it's not set up nicely in a little while. Um, this one is set up nicely. So what I can do is I just need the coefficients. Please be careful. In front of this x, it's not nothing. It's something. It's -1. And then in front of y is +1. And in front of z is 2. And then this is equal to 7. Let me get a volunteer to try to write this next line. Somebody want to help me try to write this line?
I can do it.
Yeah, go ahead, take it.
So it's 1, 3, -1, 5.
Thank you. That's exactly what it is. This is correct. And let's get somebody now to help me write the very last line, and then we're going to actually go to the computer and get a solution. So somebody
I
want to give the last line a go? Go ahead.
one.
1.
Hmm? One.
Oh, never mind.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last one.
No, Maisha can go.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
-3.
Whoever.
Oh, 1, -5.
Mhm.
1, -3.
There we go. Okay. So thank you. So those are the values, right? This is my augmented matrix. Okay. These are X's, these are Y's, these are Z's, and these are what each thing is equal to as a total. Okay. And with the computer, what we need the computer to do for us, we want to find the value of a single X. So this is a single X. This is X, no Y, no Z, and then there's an answer that we're going to get. I'm going to call that answer A. Then the next line here is going to be a single Y. So no X's, a Y, and a Z. I'm going to call that value B. And then finally, I want a single Z. So no X's, no Y's, and one Z. And we'll call that value C. So we need the computer to do this for us, right? It's going to give us, it's going to do this work for you. You don't have to do it on your own. When you take more advanced courses, you'll actually learn how to deal with matrices um, by hand. But I don't want to get into right. This class is not going to teach you how to work out matrices by hand. When you take, I'm not sure what classes it is anymore. It used to actually take place in this class, but they moved it out into a different class. So you're going to learn that. I think it's in linear algebra one. I think you do that. So we're not going to touch that in here. We're going to just use technology to do it. So anyway, let me switch into Desmos, and we're going to input this augmented matrix. What's in red is not for you to do. What's in red is for you to look for. The computer will do this work for you. Okay. So this has to go into the computer. So let me go into Desmos. Okay, let's go jump into Desmos. Okay, so I'm gonna let Desmos load up. Okay, I'm gonna make a new matrix. I'm done with that problem. Okay, now this matrice down here, this matrice is
Mr. Easy.
yes.
How do you get like okay like when you go on Desmos, right? How do you like for me like when I try to do matrix stuff like that, like it doesn't let me.
Okay, so okay, let's do this. So let's go. Let me just go into a right. Let's go out of Desmos for a minute, and let me see if I can go back. If it'll let me to.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
by the way.
what do you see right now?
I
What do you
see
see?
the
Do
Google
you see?
search Desmos matrix.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so when you type in Desmos matrix and do a Google search, okay, so just type in Desmos matrix to a Google search, and
Mm-hmm.
then you're going to see matrix calculator Desmos. Okay, it's the first thing to come up. You will click on that. Let me know when you're ready. Did it come up?
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to click on that. So then you should have exactly what I see. You should just see like a blank white area to work in, and then you see new matrix and a bunch of like stuff down here.
Yep.
Okay, so to start, you're going to click on new matrix. Okay, that's the first thing. And then you see that this little matrix opens up, which is too small to hold the data that we need to do, right?
Right.
This is called a 2 by 2. I need a bigger matrix than that. I have 3 rows and I have 4 columns. So I'm going to do a plus to make this 3 rows, right? Now there's 3 rows, and I need to go 4 across. Okay, see that? I have a
Mm-hmm.
3 by 4 matrix now. Now, all the matrices for us, for the most part, are going to be 3 by 4 matrices. Okay. Yes, you can work with others. There's infinite possibilities, right? But for us, it's 3 by 4 is what we're going to work with. When you take more advanced courses, you'll have more than this. Okay, it'll be bigger. But that's fine. So I have a 3 by 4 matrix here, and now I want to put the data in exactly as I see it. Exactly as I see it. So I have -1, 1, 2, 7 is my first row. So I have -1, 1, 2, 7. That's my first row. Okay. Put it in exactly as you see it. My next row is 1, 3, -1, 5. 1, 3, -1, 5. And then my last row was 1, -5, 1, -3. 1, -5, 1, -3. Okay. Um, at this point, once all your data is in, you're going to hit the return key, okay, the blue key, to enter that information. Now it's entered in. Okay, it's entered in. After it's entered into the computer, the function you want to perform is RREF. That stands for reduced row echelon form. That's the thing that gives you the ones going diagonally and zeros every place else. That's how you answer the question. So you're going to use RREF. You're going to click on that, and we put our data into matrix A. So I'm going to put A. All right, and RREF for A. Here's the answer. Now make sure it's in reduced row echelon form, which it is. So the top line is the value of a single x. X is 3. The second row here is the value of a single y. Y is 2. And the third row here is the value of a single z. Z is 4. So it's 3, comma 2, comma 4. X is 3, y is 2, z is 4. So once again, x is 3, y is 2, z is 4, or 3 comma 2 comma 4. So I'm just going to put this in my notebook. Let's put this in my notebook. 3 comma 2 comma 4, 3 comma 2 comma. Okay. So let me write this down. I know my answer is 3 comma 2 comma 4. In other words, x is 3, y is 2, z is 4. Okay. This worked because I got RREF. I got the reduced row echelon form that I needed. Questions?
It's not about this, but can we do this for the homework? Like just set it up while you're doing it.
You want to do it this way in the homework? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. One thing. If you do this in the homework, okay. If you do this in the homework, then I just need to make sure I need you to write out the augmented matrix next to it. Okay.
But yeah, I
So
was
as
gonna do
yeah, if you do that, you're good. Okay.
that. Okay.
So as long as you write out the augmented matrix next to it, it's fine. You can use technology. All right. So, but there's one thing you're gonna have to be careful. I'm going to show you example 2 now, and I was asked to do the problem algebraically, and I promise I will. And you're going to see why you have no choice in 2 in a second. I'm going to start doing it with the computer, just like I did in this example. But you're going to see what happens in example 2. All right. So let's take a look. I think we're all good with example 1. Example 1's we finished.
Mr.
So
MPZ.
great. Yes.
So we could do the matrix on like the exam.
Yes, you can. Yes.
Okay.
But now there's one thing you have to watch out for. So let me go through example 2, and you'll see what you have to be careful. You're going to see what happens.
Okay.
Okay. So let's try to do example 2 in the exact same way. Let's try to create an augmented matrix, because being honestly, doing the augmented matrix is a lot easier than doing. Look at what we did. We did this instead of all of the stuff we did here, right? What we just did is skips all this work. Look at all this we skipped. All this we got to skip. All this stuff we got to skip. All right. So I understand that it makes sense to want to use the matrices, and I agree with you. I want to use the matrices too. The only issue is sometimes, right? Can the computer always solve all the problems? That's the question. So let's see. Let's take a look at 2. All right. So for 2, I always have to make sure it's in terms of X, Y, and Z. X, Y, Z, I'm good. X, Y, Z, I'm good. X, Y, Z, I'm good. Everything, this one's already set up for you. There's nothing for you to alter. All right. I have to give you one in a little while where you have to alter it and fix it yourself, but this one's already set for you. Okay. That's okay. So the first line would be 1, then -1, then 2, then 4. I hope you're okay with my values, because the coefficient for x is 1, the coefficient for y is -1, the coefficient for z is 2, and the coefficient and then it's equal to 4. Somebody want to give me that next line?
1, -1, -2, 4.
This is perfect. Okay, 1, -1, -2, and 4 is correct. Now let's get somebody else for the last one.
-3,
-3,
3,
hmm
2, and 12, and -12.
Good. All right. So those are the values. That's your augmented matrix. Okay. You just take the coefficients. We got everything we need. And now with the computer, we're going to put this in, and we need the computer to come back to us with X. It has to find X for you. Then it's got to find Y for you. And then it's got to find Z for you. We need all, oops, that's be a
Mr.
1.
MPZ,
Yes,
can you explain like what you're doing in the red part?
sure. Okay. So what does this red part mean? This is what we call reduced row echelon form. All that means, it sounds really confusing. It's just the name of it. Basically, this is X, right? The first column is X, the second column is Y, and the third column is Z. Okay? So when you do 1, 0, 0, you're finding one value of X without Y and without Z. That's why this top answer is your x value. Okay, A represents your x value. So A is equal to your x value. Whatever that is your answer in terms of x.
Oh,
When
so
we
you
did it
put
before,
one
yes,
in place where the each like variable
yes,
is y and z.
yes, yes. Because when you solve, okay, this is a good question. When you solve for x, how many x's are you usually your whole life? When I say solve this equation for x, how many x's are you solving for?
One.
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 Yes, one. That's right. You're solving for one x. So when I give you something like this, like 4x plus 3, I know it's a baby question, equals 7, right? Well, let's make it, I don't know, let me not use 7. Let's make it like 11 or something, or 13. Okay. If you're solving for x, right? When you solve this equation, I know you're going to tell me that this one work out. X is, I think it didn't work out. Sorry about that. Make it 19. That would work out. Okay. So if you solve this, right, you can figure it out mentally that x is going to be 4, right? X is going to be 4. But when you solve, you're solving for 1x. You would subtract 3 from each side, and you would say 4x is 16, and you divide by 4 on each side to get x by itself, and you would say that x is 4. When you solve, you're solving for 1x. Your whole life, when you solve for a single value of x every single time. Okay. So what you're doing here is you're solving for a single value of x, a single value of y, and a single value of z. That's what these values are. Single x is 3, single y is 2, single z is 4. Right? That doesn't change. That's what you're doing here. You're finding a single value of x, you're finding a single value of y, and you're finding a single value of z. Okay, that's why a is equal to x, that's why b is equal to y, and that's why c is equal to z. You're finding a single value of each one.
Thank
Is
you
that
for
okay?
explaining. Yeah.
All right, all right. So that's where that's coming from. So the good thing is we're not doing it manually. that's why it's a lot easier this way, because you're not finding the single value of x, the single value of y, and the single value of z. You're not doing it on your own. You're having the technology do it for you. Desmos is finding those values instead of you having to do it. Okay. Otherwise, if you do it, you have to work everything out, which is what I've been doing the last couple of days. So now you're letting Desmos do it for you. So I'm going to put this stuff into the computer. Okay. I'm going to put this augmented matrix in, and then Desmos is supposed to do this for me. All right. So let's take a look and see what happens. Okay. So I'm just going to clear this out. Let me just clear this out. Okay. Everything's clear. I cleared it all out. All right. Fine. So new matrice. Okay. Again, this is the wrong size. I need another row. So I need to go 3 deep and then 4 wide. Okay, so I have 3 down and then 4 across, so I'm happy now. Now I have to put everything in exactly as I see it. I'm going to drop in, what is it? It's 1, -1, 2, 4. The first row is 1, -1, 2, 4. 1, -1, 2, 4. The next one is 1, -1, -2, 4. 1, -1, and then -2 and 4. And the last row is -3, 3, 2, -12. -3, 3, 2, -12. Let me just make sure I didn't make any mistakes writing, copying it down. I think I did it right. Okay, it looks like it's all good. Okay, everything looks good. I didn't make any mistakes copying, I don't believe. So I enter this. So now it's entered. And now I want reduced row echelon form for matrice A. So RREF, insert A. And now, please look at it carefully. Do you notice anything odd?
Yeah, there's only an answer for like 4 Nova X.
Yeah. Does this look right? Did you get the proper answer? Did you get 1000010? Does it look like this is? I know that. Forget the answers for a minute. Just look at these 9. Does this look right?
No. And the
No.
last one too, it doesn't have
No.
Yeah, it's definitely so. Something's wrong. So what we know is what this means. Since it didn't work, this means that this matrice is not going to. It's either A, unsolvable, right? Or B, has infinitely many solutions. So now I use the computer and I failed that. I don't want to say I failed. I didn't get I know for a fact there's not a single answer like the last question we did, right? There's something wrong with this one. It's a special case, meaning it either has no solution or infinitely many solutions. It's one of the special cases. So now knowing that, okay, so with the technology, I learned that it's a special case. So next to this, right, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to write down for now. This is a special case. Okay, it's a special case. I can't get an answer doing it with technology. It's a special case. It didn't work. So I'm going to have to now handle this question algebraically, which is not going to be a lot of fun, but we can't help it. We're going to have to go through it. So let me copy this down underneath so I can give myself room. Okay, and now somebody asked me earlier to illustrate the elimination method. You're going to get to see it. So this question is x minus y plus 2z. And that equaled 4. And then I believe it's what? X minus y minus 2z equals 4. And the other equation is negative 3x plus 3y plus 2z is negative 12. Okay, so we got stuck here. Okay, we got stuck here that technology didn't give us. We want to see what's going on. So let's try to see if we can see what's going on. Let me label these equations as equation 1, equation 2, and equation 3. So I'm sorry, but now we're back to doing it the old, the way we did yesterday, right? So anybody we want to kill off a couple of variables. Oh, I see some easy choices here. Anybody want to make a selection?
1 and 2.
1 and 2 is a great choice. So if we choose 1, we got x minus y plus 2z equals 4. And 2 is x minus y minus 2z equals 4. This is a fine choice because if you examine it carefully, the positive 2z and negative 2z, when you add those together, what's going to happen to the z's when you add them
0.
together? Correct, 0, which is great. I want that to happen. I want to kill a variable off or eliminate a variable. So when I add 1x and 1x, I got 2x.
X squared. 2x.
2x, yeah. That's right. And then I have negative 1y and negative 1y, and that's negative 2y, right?
To how is it negative?
Because we're not multiplying, right? We're combining. So if you lose $1 and you lose one more dollar, how much money are you out? Right? If you lose $1 and then you lose another dollar, right? Then you're going to be out $2. So that's why it's negative 2y there. But the good news is that these are going to cancel out because they're opposite signs. And when you put the 4 and 4 together, you're going to get 8. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So please don't choose equations 1 and 2 again, because otherwise you're going over the same ground. So I need to pick something else. Anybody want to pick something else?
2 and 3.
2 and 3 is a great choice. Thank you for picking 2 and 3. So x minus y, because it saves me work, x minus y minus 2z equals 4. And 3 is negative 3x plus 3y plus 2z equals negative 12. Okay. I have to kill z again because I killed z the last time. I have to destroy or eliminate. That's why it's called elimination. When I say kill or destroy, I mean eliminate. I eliminated z here. I have to eliminate z again here. And the great news is by picking these values, you can look at it, the z's are going to cancel out again. So this is a great choice picking these two equations. So let me combine 1x. 1x minus 3x is going to be negative 2x. And 3y minus 1y. 3y minus 1y is going to be 2y. And the great thing about these is that these cancel. And then 4 minus 12, I believe, is negative 8. Okay, negative 8. So that is as simple as I can make this. Okay, so I have my two equations. I have this guy, and I have this guy. Let me copy these guys down. 2x minus 2y equals 8, and negative 2x plus 2y equals negative 8. And I don't think we have to make any adjustments because if we combine these, right, the x's are going to cancel out. So you don't have to adjust it. You can just add it together. Let's see what happens. If you add positive 2x and negative 2x, these cancel. If you add negative 2y and positive 2y, these cancel. So nothing's left on the left-hand side of the equation. On the right-hand side, 8 minus 8 is also 0. They cancel. Ah, so what's going on here? Is that true?
Yes.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Since the constant on the left and the constant on the right are the same, what does that mean?
Infinitely many.
Yeah, infinitely many solutions. So this question has infinitely many solutions. And we knew from the computer, right, that this is a special case. We knew. Now, the computer, I think it tried to represent this for you. I don't know. So reading it off the computer, I honestly, I don't normally use Desmos for this. I use something else. So I'm not sure. Mine does something a little different than what Desmos does, but that's okay. You could actually represent these variables one in terms of the other. This is a little annoying, but I'll show you what I mean because I don't think I did this the last time. So you could actually, like I said, represent these in terms of x or in terms of y or in terms of z. You can represent it. So let me try to represent it. I think I'm going to try to represent it in terms of y. So to represent it in terms of y, you're going to have to solve. This is a little annoying. I'm not going to lie. It's a little bit annoying. You know what? Maybe for now I'll leave it. I don't want to add something to the class with only 4 minutes. So I'll have to save that for tomorrow. But that's generally what you do in these questions. Okay. So for now, use the computer. If you get an answer, great. You leave it. If you get something where it doesn't work out, then you're gonna have to investigate and do it algebraically and see what's going on. Any questions? Anything?
No.
Anything? No? I'm gonna spend tomorrow looking at this one more day. I actually have the lesson that is targeted to using the technology. So we'll take a look at that, and that will allow us to have to rearrange and make it in the proper form and then use the computer. So we'll spend one more day on this, which is fine. Then after that, we'll start the review sessions. There'll be one on Friday. I'll review in class. And then at the end of the day, too, we'll have a review session for extra help. And then Monday will be review and I'll have extra help. And then the assessment is probably going to be on Tuesday or Wednesday. So that'll be the first exam that you have from me. Will be either Tuesday or Wednesday. Um, I'm going to use last year's exam as a review sheet so you can kind of get a feel for how the exam will be since it's the first one you're taking from me. On the date of the exam, the only time we don't meet live is on an exam day. All right, so when I give you an exam, class is canceled that day because you're doing the exam in place of class. Okay, that's what it would be if you were actually in school, right? if you were in the building with me, when you come to my class, you take a test. I don't teach you new information that day. So I'm going to try to keep everything exactly the same way that I normally would do it. So I'll let you know that exam is going to be Tuesday or Wednesday, but it'll definitely be next week, Tuesday or Wednesday. It's going to be one of those 2 days. Okay. If there aren't any questions, I actually finished a minute early. Um, if there aren't any questions, I'm going to let you guys go. If there's any problems, please email me. I think this assignment was due tonight, so maybe I'll just extend it till tomorrow. I'll add a day onto it. All right. And if not, I'll see you guys tomorrow at the same time. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. Please be safe.
You too.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Take it easy.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye, everybody. you.